They taught me that the blood of a god is blue, thick, and reeks of burnt ozone. Last night, I drowned my hands in that ichor. I watched the light fade from that creature's eyes in the arena. But this morning, as Zenith's black sun crested the horizon, someone knocked at my door. It was a woman, draped in silk rags, with the same piercing blue eyes as the monster I had just butchered. Behind her, a scout ship smoldered in the snow. She didn't ask for help. She simply smiled. That was the moment I realized. I wasn't the hero of this war. I was just the caretaker of a living morgue. Brace yourself. What you're about to see is the truth the Empire tried to incinerate. Welcome to Zenith Imperium. My name is Kaelen. I am an apex strike, a human weapon forged to hunt what crawls in the void. We were conditioned to believe the invasion was external. Biomechanical horrors surging from the dead sector to devour us. The creature in the arena was massive. Graphene claws, titanium exoskeleton, a genetic nightmare that took 3 minutes to die. But the woman at my door had no claws. Yet her silence was more terrifying than any roar. She entered my cabin uninvited. Her steps were soundless. She stared at my hands, still stained blue. "You killed him quickly," she said. Her voice sounded like an old ship's radio, static drenched and layered with frequencies. I leveled my thermal blade at her throat. "Who are you? A survivor from the crash?" She simply tilted her head. "I am what's left of him," she replied. "And you, soldier, are the womb for the next generation." The tension in the room turned physical. The air grew heavy. I felt my neural implants sear. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. I led her to the wreckage. It wasn't an alien warship, it was Imperial tech. The Zenith logo shimmered beneath the torn fuselage. Inside, the horror shifted shape. These weren't nesting grounds. They were human incubation tanks. Every tank held a hybrid. Creatures with the faces of children and the bodies of war machines. Experiments funded by our own command. The woman, if I can even call her that, walked among the tanks like a queen visiting her garden of corpses. "The Empire doesn't want to win the war, Kaelen," she whispered. "They want to become the very reason the war exists." She showed me a holographic screen, salvaged from the command hub. My own medical records were there. My strength, my regeneration, my lack of remorse. I wasn't a trained soldier. I was prototype 01. The monster I killed in the arena, he was my predecessor. My brother from the lab who had failed because he kept too much of his consciousness. The revelation hit me like sudden decompression. I'd been hunting myself for years. Suddenly, searchlights cut through the sky, the roar of Valkyrie engines approaching. The Empire was coming to bleach the trail. The woman placed her hand on my chest. Her touch was cold, but her pulse, it was a data symphony I recognized. "The Queen is wounded, but she has awakened," she said. "And now you must choose, be their hammer or the virus that destroys them." The perimeter closed in. Elite squads, my former colleagues, dropped from the ships. They didn't come to rescue, they came to purge. I saw the Queen. She wasn't a mass of tentacles, but a massive artificial intelligence fused to a biological system deep within the mothership. The woman before me began to glow. Her skin fractured, revealing circuits of light and synthetic flesh. She wasn't a survivor. She was the interface, the uplink for a hive consciousness the Empire tried to enslave. The fight was a blur of blue blood and electrical sparks. I used the very tactics they taught me to rip out the throats of those who created me. In the heart of the chaos, I grasped the final secret. The alien invasion was a global stress test to force humanity into accepting hybridization. We weren't being invaded. We were being harvested by our own technological greed. I didn't kill an alien that night. I killed the last part of me that still believed in justice. Now, I walk between worlds. A soldier without a flag, a weapon without a master. The woman is gone, but her blue eyes still watch me from every screen, every shadow. The Zenith Imperium is vast, but there is no place to hide from your own bloodline. If you see a ship falling, if you smell ozone, do not run to help. Lock your door and pray that the next thing to knock doesn't have the face of someone you love. I am the proof that the future isn't written in the stars, but in scars. The Empire thinks they deactivated me, but I am the glitch in the code they can't delete. I am the apex left behind to tell the tale. Zenith's darkness isn't a void, it's a mirror. And what I saw on the other side wasn't a monster. It was the next step in our forced evolution. If you're hearing this, you're already part of the system. Keep your eyes open and your blade hot. The real war hasn't even begun. I am Kaelen, and this is the end of the silence, until the next journey into the unknown on Zenith Imperium.